Hey, what's up, my little Tattle Tells? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Wendy Williams' manager, you are responding to her son Kevin Jr.'s allegations amid the guardianship. If you guys don't know, I posted a video yesterday. Go ahead and watch it. Kevin Jr. went in on her manager and the people around them saying they aren't doing anything but using his mom. They're giving her all these substances. They want to see her by any means hocked up and working, saying they're just trying to use her. And even if they weren't trying to use her, they don't want to see the best for her, because for some people, she's worth more gone than on this earth. And definitely he had it out for that manager, saying, you're just taking advantage. Well, listen, Wendy's manager has responded. And baby, listen, I'm still looking at him sideways because it's still giving grifter vibes. But he makes a couple of points. What do y'all think about this? They're saying Wendy Williams' manager is sharing an update. Ooh, yay. Is sharing an update on the former TV host's guardianship and her recovery amid her son Kevin Jr.'s concerns over his mother's well-being. The 22-year-old college student gave an interview to the U.S. Sun. It was a paid interview, by the way, in which he shared how he believes Wendy's team is taking advantage of her wealth amid her alleged battle with alcoholism, which he said does not allow her to make sound decisions. Now, let's also point out that Wendy's husband, Kevin Sr., has given exclusives to the Sun, too. We all know he needs money because Sharina has him broke, because neither one of them want to work. They thought they was going to live off of Wendy's money forever. However, it's odd to me that it looks like Kevin Sr. is still calling the shots through his son. According to the article, Kevin was being financially supported by his mother, but lost a large part of that support when her financial affairs were taken over by The Guardian in May 2022. Now, I do want to say, for one, unless Wendy specifically is saying, cut my son off, I think it's very messed up that they cut Kevin off. His mother is a multi-millionaire. I don't think a lot of people, when they complain about her paying $10,000 a month, have any idea just how much money that is and how little $10,000 is a month. Plus, for most kids, when your parents have means, paying $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 in rent, that's nothing. That said, right? ET spoke with her manager, Will Selby, who refuted Kevin's claims, namely his suggestion that she's being taken advantage by her team. Now, it's important to know this is the team that's around Wendy. This is exactly who her son was talking about. And even though he wants to throw shade on Wendy's son for going to the Wendy's son for going to the U.S. Sun for a paid interview, you didn't get paid for this interview with ET Online, but this interview was at your request, and you're not getting paid for it, but you're doing it so that your PR thing can get out. Do you see what I'm saying? So y'all both are working the middle. Anyway, he said taking advantage of her for what? To get what? Part of that $60 million fortune. And when he said that, I literally was looking at the screen like, I can't even take you seriously now. What do you mean for what? People have Edward in the Chronicles of Narnia sold out his whole family for some Turkish delights. You really expect me to believe that you're not willing to take advantage of Miss Hot the Trot Wendy, passing her a vodka cranberry, if it meant that you could get a piece of a $60 million fortune? Shut up. So this already made me side-eye him. Taking advantage of her for what? To get what? Her $60 million. To do what? To get some of that $60 million. I'm not here to brag, but I was doing just okay before Wendy came along. Were you doing 60 million, 40 million, 20 million? How about we lower it? Were you doing 1 million? Because if you weren't, I don't want to hear it. And if you were just doing fine, why'd you take this job? Oh, he has an answer for that. He said, I insisted on helping her because she requested my assistance. Let's actually think about that. I insisted on helping her because she requested my assistance. Who did you have to insist on helping her to? The guardianship? Now, here's the thing. As much as he talks trash about Kevin Jr., right? We all know we love talking trash about Kevin Sr. Is anything that little boy said wrong? Because at the end of the day, you are not doing this out the kindness of your heart. Kevin Jr. is the only one that was not getting paid for helping Wendy, his mama. He was doing it out the kindness of his heart. This manager is on payroll. This manager gets 10% of anything Wendy's working on. This manager stands to make a fortune off of Wendy Williams' podcast. Kevin Jr. said that she's being forced to work when she's not in the mental state to that. So what do you stand to gain? A bag, a bigger bag than you've ever seen in your life, bigger than anything you've seen, and probably anything that's going to come by. And you're pushing, according to the Sun, Wendy out there when she's not ready, because all you do is care about the bag. I don't know, y'all, this is sounding more and more like it might be true. Breaking down Wendy's court-appointed guardianship, he asserted that there's no way Wendy could be taken advantage of by her team, or by anybody else for that matter. He said Wendy is under guardianship. Everything that she does gets approved by the guardianship, a court-appointed guardianship. So no one, even if they wanted to take advantage of her, everything has to get approved by the court. So any type of business dealings that we do, Wendy, myself, and anyone, we have to get a guardianship to sign off on it. So how can we take advantage of her? Listen, fool. You're sounding guiltier and guiltier. Same way Britney Spears got taken advantage of. The same way a lot of people in court-appointed guardianships. Again, Kevin's point was she is being made to work before she's ready. The guardianship cannot control whether she works or not. All they can do is control how money is distributed. By you being her manager, you get that 10% off the top before it goes into her bank account. The guardianship is over what goes into her bank account. Anyway, he also slammed Kevin Jr. For going to a publication before speaking to his mother about his concerns. Now, he has a point of what he's saying is true. He's told so many lies in this article, I don't know whether to believe it, but let me know if y'all believe it. He said, if your mother was near death, what the first thing you do is call an online publication? Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. Usually I don't do this. I'm only speaking on behalf of my client. And I'm not trying to debate with Kevin. You know he's a young man. And honestly, I feel like he's gone through a lot. He's probably dealing with a lot. I have a son that's the same age as him. And sometimes you just make poor decisions, in my opinion. And I'm just speaking to my son. How the hell are you saying this to somebody? Baby, this is Kevin's mama he's talking about. The nerve of this guy. Anyway, he continued, I'm not here to be combative about whatever allegations he has. This whole interview is combative. He's entitled to his opinion. I'm just trying to say that us, as adults, let's be responsible and let's actually utilize some common sense. Someone was near death, someone like your mother, why would you go to an online publication to discuss it with them? Same reason you're on Entertainment Tonight and every other publication, fool. He's saying that you guys are keeping his mom away from him. Sick of him. Wendy's rep echoed a similar sentiment about the interview, adding, this publication has released false narratives with the intent to release stories without fully vetting information, which is a disadvantage to the public and is unprofessional and unethical. We ask that the world continues to pray for the well-being of Wendy as she continues to recover from a very traumatic 2 years. He said that Wendy is taking the necessary steps to be in a better place. If you guys don't know, she is in rehab. He said she's progressing very well. She looks healthy. She sounds healthy. I think she's doing amazing. As of today, I'm not a doctor, but that's my synopsis of how Wendy's doing. He was reluctant to share too much personal information about Wendy, but he did confirm that Wendy is currently in a wellness facility where she is receiving treatment. Now, again, this is all I want to say. This is exactly what the Sun is accusing you of, and then you're coming out and saying that everything is true. How's she in a wellness facility, but you were literally posting the Wendy Williams? Anyway, he said Wendy is at a facility doing her best to be her best. She's taking it day by day. And that's another thing, too. Does anybody even act like how's she doing? Does anyone even care? I feel like everyone, really, tell us how you feel. He said, I feel like everyone just puts out negative information about her, and that's the focus. Why don't we just stop for a minute and just say, hey, how is she? How's she doing? Is she doing okay today? Why is that not the focus? Why isn't that what we're talking about on a daily basis? That would be right, except for, fool, he's not talking about his mama. He's talking about you and the way that you guys are treating her. He said, just understand that she's a human being that's going through a lot. She's dealing with a lot, and support her, please. Her primary focus is her health. She's looking ahead to the future in the next chapter in her life. She's only thinking about things that she wants to do in her life. She's only thinking about Wendy 2.0 and the next chapter of her life and the things that she wants to accomplish. That's our focus. It's funny how as soon as y'all got around her, her focus went from her son, who got her healthy and loves her dearly, to cutting everybody that has a tie to her out her life and then speaking on her behalf. Oh, and by the way, she's back in rehab again. Y'all listen, let me know what y'all think of this. Prayers up to Wendy Williams and also to Kevin Sr. Kevin Jr. I hope what happens. I hope he gets control of his mom. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.